Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj. Today I will be going over some earlier prelim fights for UFC London. UFC Fight Night London. I don't know if there's a number attached to that or what. I know they have had Fight Night in London before, so I don't know what number this is. I don't know how many times the Fight Night's been there, but we're going to just call it UFC London, Volkov versus Aspinall. That's how we're going to identify it. But before I get into these early prelim fights, I want to go over quickly how I did last weekend, or actually yesterday, last night. I want to go over that quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time in it, because I'm not, Okay. Pretty well. I fared well. Let me explain. Overall, I went 9-5. But let me walk you through the whole progression, because I did have some real bad spots. Okay, started out, Amirkhani came in round 3 and took care of business. I was kind of nervous. Topuria was looking good, and I was like, oh boy, I should have. Well, remember, that was one. If you recall from last week, that was, for some of you that were paying attention, I originally had picked Topuria. Then Real News MMA had said, hey man, you picked Amirkhani in your unranked contenders contest as part of your team, your unranked contender team. And you're like, damn it, you're right. So I flipped my pick, and thank God I did. Amirkhani got the TKO in round 3. Great, good. Then the next fight, Guido Canetti came in there and showed old man power still exists. Doesn't matter if Sugar Sean O'Malley couldn't put Chris Moutinho out. I will. And that's exactly what he did. I was expecting him to, I said it was first round or nothing for him. I just expected Moutinho, because he got all that, took that punishment from O'Malley. I thought he might be able to weather the first round, but he didn't. It was stopped, and TKO round 1 victory for Guido Canetti over Chris Moutinho. Then after that, another nice win. Submission by Cody Brundage over Dulce Lunguimbula. That was a t-shirt bet. Dave, t-shirt bet. Yeah, you remember that. Play back the live stream if you don't. But I got that correct. So now I'm cruising in here. Oh, nice. I'm like 2-1. I'm like, all right, not bad, not bad. I'll take that loss with the Chris Moutinho. Everybody picked him anyway. Next fight, Miranda Maverick. I propped that out. In the show, I said decision, but then as I looked into the fight a little bit more, I was like, she can get a submission here. Sabina Mazo is not a stranger to being tapped out. So I make my prop bets as they're coming into the ring. And believe me, I don't run, but I'm betting in 3 different books. 2 of the 3 keep making me sign in every time you leave the site. You go back, DraftKings, they're one of them. The other one's Caesar Sportbook. Both of them, I can't seem to, every single time I go, I have to re-sign in. It's such a pain in my, anyway. So I was balancing between Caesar Sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook, and BetOnline, my main bulky one. I did a 5-fighter round robin in all of them, but Miranda Maverick was one of those fighters in every single one of those round robins. See what I'm saying? Some of them I interchanged. A lot of them, Yadong Song, Miranda Maverick, were definitely in every single round robin. Then the other 3 fighters in that combinations changed. BetOnline, unfortunately, Chris Moutinho happened to be in that one. So that one, I did win some of those round robin. What round robin is? You take 5 fighters, you say I want 10 different combinations of parlays with those 5 fighters. That's how I do it. I do 3-fighter parlays, it pays out well. And if you get all 5 right, you're making bank. You got the 5-fight parlay, and you got all those round robin parlays accumulating. I did that twice. I did it for Caesars with a heavy. That was my lowest payout one, and then I did it with DraftKings. $100 won me $477. The Caesars one, $100 won me like 270, I think, or something. But and Bet Online, thankfully, that's why I do my other betting too. I did well in soccer today, and NCAA. I've been doing very well in NCAA basketball. Today, I fared. Oh, today hockey too, killing it. I don't want to jinx myself. Knock on wood. But I'm doing fairly well. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So Miranda Maverick, thankfully she got the submission. He nailed the prop and everything. Then I had Kamwela Kirk. I shouldn't have. I should have taken. And you know what? Dave almost talked me into it in the live stream. Damon Jackson got the submission in round 2 over Kamwela Kirk. I should have saw that coming. At the live stream, I was like, yeah, you know what? Why am I taking Kamwela Kirk? I really have no reason why. He beat Makwan Amirkhani, so I mean, so what? But regardless, moving on. Trevin Jones. He gave it a fight. He came on in a few spots, but that Javid Basharat, he is just slick, dude. He's light on his feet, very hard to hit. So, and you know, Trevin Jones just couldn't get anything. There's a couple times he was starting to put something together, but then the guy Javid's just too elusive, just out of the way, and ended up getting the decision over Trevin Jones. That was another Bet Online parlay round robin piece. So yeah, that one kind of sucked. But then I went on a full all green show right there, all green, meaning I won every single one of them. And 2 of the 3 I got props perfect. JJ Aldrich, I took her by decision over Jillian Robinson. She came through as expected. Matt Semmelsberger, that fight had me sweating a little bit. First round though, AJ Fletcher first round looked like the real deal, using very smart IQ, using wrestling, getting it to the ground. I was like, if he does this for another 3 rounds, he's gonna win a decision. Thankfully, Matt Semmelsberger's like, oh, you want to wrestle, boy? I can wrestle too, and just pretty much, you know, how do you like me on top? I'm gonna cover your mouth so you can't breathe, and I know all these tricks, son. And he managed to he did use his size advantage, and managed to take AJ Fletcher and get the decision over that. But props to AJ Fletcher. He came out and fought very good. That was a good fight. I loved it. Then, as expected, well, not as expected, but Alex Pereira beat Bruno Silva as expected, but a lot of people thought it was going to end within. As did I. I propped out a round 2 and round 3 knockout. So that was $20 I threw away. However, Alex Pereira did win. He got the decision victory, which satisfied a bunch of parlays. This one and I think I used him in the other 2, round robins that I had. Then moving on, next we had Drew Dober took care of Terrence McKinney, and that was Terrence McKinney was rocking him, coming on hard. I was like, man, look at right out the gate, bam, bam, caught him with the knee, and then twice, same knee. Second time he really caught him. First time he caught him and fouled with a little barrage, but Drew Dober, tough as nails. The dude withstand the battering, came back, and then right toward in the second half of the round, put his own battering on. After he saw he rocked Terrence McKinney, he followed that up. Man, it was a good fight while it lasted. I was resting happy that I thought Terrence McKinney was going to get it, but Drew Dober surprised me with his durability and his will, right? Then Carl Roberson, oh man, he got knocked out, but Khalil Roundtree coming in like an intimidating monster. That dude was a beast. He just I was scared. I was scared for Carl Roberson. I was like, man, this guy, I would not want to be in his shoes right now. Khalil Roundtree looks like come out and wants to kill him. Like he had murder in his eye. So Carl Roberson, I don't know. Just yeah, TKO round 2. I thought maybe he might be able to turn on some wrestling, but he didn't. Why are you putting your snow pants on?
I'm going outside.
Are you going out late? Nor, it's getting late. You can't go out. Did you ask Mom? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think she's gonna let you go outside now. It's too late. Then I had, of course, Sadiq Youssef, but at that point I made a hedge bet with Alex Caceres. It would have paid out better if Alex Caceres won by submission, but regardless, he did last the whole thing, which a lot of people didn't think. But Sadiq Youssef he was just sharper, smoother, cleaner, landing more, and he got the decision victory over Alex Caceres. There was a part of round 2 where Alex Caceres, almost like the end of round 1 or 2, there was a couple times when he was like getting ready to backpack onto him and do the same thing he did to Choi. I think it was end of round 1, but the round ended. So then finally, Yadong Song TKO round 1, doing like this after he knocked out Magic Moraes. He's like, come on, get up. He's like, I'm not done. But yeah, he's quick, he's fast, he's accurate. He caught him. Marlon Moraes, I am sorry, Magic Man. But I propped that out. I said TKO. Got that. Unfortunately, I said TKO, but I also said round 2. That didn't happen. It happened in round 1. I was hoping Magic Man would hold out. And finally, Magomed Ankalaev took Thiago Santos all the way to the end for decision victory, which I was hoping he was going to get him out of there, like 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. I sprinkled on each of those. They didn't come through, so that was a waste of $30, but I had it there to spend. It was kind of a hedge. It was like just the last prop of the card. So there you have it. Overall, 9-5. But I did do 2 perfect 5-fighter round robin parlays, making it a successfully plus money profitable night. All right, let's get into this card. The curtain jerker. We got Jai Herbert, the Black Country Banger. They call him Black Country Banger because he's from the Black Country, not because he's black and he's country. He's from the Birmingham or whatever, the part of England where they call it the Black Country. He's taking on Ilia Topuria, El Matador. They say El Matador because he used to be fighting out of Spain, has since moved to Miami fighting out of MMA Masters. Okay, so Jai Herbert is the huge underdog, 3-1. 3-1 underdog for the Black Country Banger. 11 in, only 3 losses. Taking on the short notice, Ilia Topuria is coming in. Short notice for Mike Davis withdrew for some unknown reasons. Ilia Topuria, we're going to start with him because he's a minus 380. Blech, no value there. Favorite. You know why? Because the 0. Because the no losses. Undefeated. And he's put an exclamation point in every victory. So, El Matador is coming off a win over the Wizard Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall is trying that. Let's roll around the ground. He's like, nah, I don't mess around with that. He's like, I'm not playing that shit. Ground and pound round 1. Ilia Topuria took care of Ryan Hall. I don't think he broke a sweat. I think he enjoyed it. Prior to that, he beat Damon Jackson. You saw Damon Jackson coming off a nice win last week. But he beat Damon Jackson. Punches, round 1. Like I said, putting exclamation points on these. His UFC debut was against Youssef Zalal, where he got unanimous decision. I think 30-27, I do believe. He is taking a short notice, so he's moving up a weight class. So Jai Herbert's going to be much bigger. Jai Herbert is regularly fighting at lightweight 155. Topuria usually at 145 featherweight, but coming up, I think he's coming up just so he can fight. He's hungry. He wants to fight. Jai Herbert is coming off a win over Kama Worthy. He got hooks to ground strikes, like a right hook to the ground or something. Hooks to ground strikes in round 1. It was after a couple minutes, 2.5 minutes into the round 1. Before that, he lost to Renato Moicano by rear naked choke. Renato Moicano in that fight took him down. Listen to this. Took him down like 5 times. He's going against Topuria. Phenomenal wrestling. Just saying. Jai Herbert does have massive. I said he's going to be the bigger guy. I'm not kidding. He's 6 inches taller. And he's got an 8-inch reach advantage. That's kind of like Semmelsberger versus Fletcher this past weekend. But it's a different weight class, so it's not like though that was a heavier. That was up in like middleweight, I think. This is at 155, so it's going to look different, but still he's going to have that length and height over, and probably frame too. Fights out of Team Renegade BJJ. That is in Birmingham, England. There you go for the Black Country Banger. He is 33 years old. Ilia Topuria is 25. The totals aren't out yet because I am making this on a Sunday. But thank you for all the cappers that put out their early picks, so I can make this on a Sunday. It'll give me a day off during the week, an evening off. Not that I don't like to do this. I love this shit, so that's why I do it. So we're gonna start with the favorite, minus 380, the El Matador, Ilia Topuria, whatever, Topuria. We've got Burt MMA. Burt thinks Topuria will get the submission. Yeah, sounds about right. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We want picks. Angelo provides them. We want picks is Angelo. He used to be an agent. He's saying within distance. He doesn't know if it's going to be ground and pound or submission, but it's going to happen inside the distance. So we're going to say within distance for Angelo from We Want Picks. It's your boy, eBays. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, eBays. He's saying a submission for Topuria, round 1. And then, I just said, it's your boy, eBays, that's right. Then we have Artem MMA Analysis. Disclaimer, these are his early picks before he does any research. This is him looking at the fight card and making picks off his hit, like right then and there, off the spot, which I kind of like. That's raw. You know what I mean? This is his early picks. Yes, I fed the cats. But he will have a proper breakdown in a couple days after he does a little research and watches the fight. I fed everybody. Yeah, fed them all. Artem is taking them, and also to finish this off, we've got UFC Celebrities and Classics. Vlad is always good for early picks. He makes his picks like weeks early. He made this pick like 2 weeks ago. So Vlad, your favorite capper, Vlad. Don't you have to go take a bath? Yes.
No.
Yes, you do.
I took it where you thought.
No, you didn't. You still look gross. You still wear the same clothes. Go get your clothes. Go upstairs, take a bath now. So this is hold on, full capper consensus.
You want me to take a bath, and now you want me to
do it real quick. Then you can go take your bath. A full capper consensus is, what is a full capper consensus? Nora, can you just please tell my subscribers and the viewers what a full capper consensus is?
It's when all the handicappers pick one side of the white one.
And in this case, everybody's picking Ilia Topuria to get it done over Jai, the Black Country Banger, Jai Herbert, as am I. I think he's going to get it done within distance. I would probably say TKO ground and pound, but he might sub him too. I'm not sure which route he's going to go. Right now, to within distances, if it doesn't prop out to be a plus number, then you know I'm going to pick round 2, TKO. TKO round 2.
TKO round 2.
TKO round 2. TKO round 2. Moving on. Next we have All right, beat it. Go take a bath. Go tell mom you need your bath now. Go on. You've been stalling all this. Go. Next, moving up the card, I think the order might change again. This was from this morning though, Sunday morning order on Tapology. We've got the prospect Nathaniel Wood. I guess that name is going to be changed. He's taking on Vendetta, Vince Morales, Invincible. That's what his t-shirt says on that he's wearing on. Good merch for Vince Morales with his t-shirt on Tapology, Invincible. Okay, Nathaniel Wood coming in as the favorite here, almost 3-1. He's minus 275 favorite. Hometown guy here. Because this is happening in London, you can't get much more London than Nathaniel the prospect Wood. He fights out of the Great Britain top team. Coming off a loss though to Casey Kenny. I think Casey Kenny has since been out of the UFC. I'm not 100% sure, but prior to that, he did have a beautiful win over John Castaneda, unanimous decision. John Castaneda just won like recently, I want to say a month ago. I forgot who he beat, but he did come off. Oh, did he beat Michel Pereira? I don't know. He's coming off a good win over like a month ago. I forgot who he fought. Okay, Nathaniel Wood is 3-2 in his last 5. He's got a 1-inch reach advantage. His opponent, short notice fighter coming in for Ludovic Shalinian, Vince Morales, coming off a win against Luis Smoka. Luis Smoka is really like a flyweight that moved up to bantamweight. So Vince Morales definitely had overpowered him throughout that fight. He won with an overhand right in round 1. Smoka just had nothing for him. Before that, he beat Draco Rodriguez, the wrestler. Looks built like a bowling ball. He's just short, stocky, plows through people. But managed to beat Draco Rodriguez, unanimous decision. So Vince Morales also 3-2 in his last 5. He fights out of American Free Fight. I don't know where that is or who trains there because it was unclickable on Tapology and I didn't want to research it through Google. He's got a 1-inch height advantage despite the 1-inch reach disadvantage. So height and reach doesn't make a difference here. Okay, the ages don't make a difference either. Nathaniel Wood is 28. Vince Morales, 31. What are you doing? Nora, you gotta go take a bath.
Mommy said it's 6:30.
At 6:30? Well, right now it's 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, go take a bath.
No. Mom never said.
Yes, she did. Go.
Mommy.
Go.
It's 6:40 though.
I know. Go take a bath.
No, I need to get my stuff. It's 6:40.
Next we have. Sorry, I apologize for this little thing. Okay, so we're taking. Did I go through everything? Yeah, I did. Taking Nathaniel Wood, the prospect. We've got Vlad, UFC Celebrities and Classics. His official bet is the fight starts round 3. Yeah, fight starts round round 3 starts. Okay, there's a prop for that. But if he has to take a side, he's taking Nathaniel Wood. Range says take a side. I take Nathaniel Wood. So yeah, the fight starts in round 3. I don't know what the over/under is. Yeah, I told you it's not on any of the books that I use. Then we've got Artem also taking Nathaniel Wood. Like I said, these are his early picks. Don't hold them to him. Watch his official picks later in the week. It's your boy eBay saying by decision for Nathaniel Wood. Burt MMA taking the almost 3-1 favorite. Also in Nathaniel Wood. However, we have a contrarian picker, which I like that. We want picks. That's Angelo, and he's not officially picking Morales, but he's leaning that way. So I'm saying it like he's saying it with confidence, but no, it is a lean for Vince Morales. The line I think is kind of wide. Vince Morales has definitely the skills to beat Nathaniel Wood, but Nathaniel Wood is fighting to his home crowd, and he's been training where Vince Morales has coming on short notice. He has not had a full camp. So because of that reason alone, I have to go with Nathaniel Wood to win here. Aside from this 4-fight parlay I'm going to put together, I probably won't be putting money on it. If I do, it's going to be, I'm going to have to prop it to make that a plus number. We'll say, I think it's going to be just go to decision, and the judges are going to give it to him that way. I don't know what the prop is for a decision, but if it is not plus money, you know I'm going to have to not bet it. I only bet plus money. I don't do those minus numbers.
Yeah, it's gonna.
It's always cut off. My camera you can see the whole board, right? Okay, good. Here, I'll crouch like this. It's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, moving on. We've got female strawweight fight between Elise Reed and Cory McKenna. This one I did way too much research into. I just fell into like a little rabbit hole on these backgrounds. Okay, Cory McKenna is the favorite here, minus 235. She's the local yokel out of these two. Local. I'm just gonna announce it, and then when we get to this one, local. So each one of these fights, pretty much on the entire card, except for there's like maybe one fight doesn't have a British or like a UK fighter on there. But I don't know if I come across that, I'll point that out as well. But Cory McKenna, she's locally from Wales, but she has since moved to Team Alpha Male over in California, so she's training out of there. She's Poppins. That's her nickname. She's coming off a win against Kate Hansen, unanimous decision. That was her UFC debut. She performed very well. Before that, she had beat Vanessa Demopoulos. That was in Cage Warriors. She has only one loss in her entire career, amateur included. Amateur, she was 7-0. One loss in her entire career, and that was to Nicole Signy by split decision in Cage Warriors, and that I saw pictures of that, and I guess that was it looked like a very good fight. I didn't watch the fight, but it looked awesome. They're both raging, and they both, what's her last name? Nicole Signy. She's all tatted up, and it looked like a great fight. I'd like to watch it. But anyway, that was her only loss, and that was by split decision. Cory McKenna, I did the research, so I might as well, right? Her mom was a professional fighter. So she started out very young. She started out at 12 years old training mixed martial arts. She became an amateur fighter at 15 years old and an amateur champion in 2 different amateur circuits at 17 years old. She took her first pro fight at 19, and here we are with this beast, Cory McKenna. There's one thing that I have a little red flag by. Her last, there was supposed to be a fight against Emily Whitmire, which I think would have been a pretty easy win for her, but she withdrew because there was something, she had like concussion problems through training, which bothered her enough that she had to withdraw from that fight, and then she got like diagnosed with something or other, but she couldn't. She was like on a 4-month recovery program for whatever injury she got in training that had to do with concussions. Okay, But she's since been, she's like 5 months now she's been able to fight, but she's kind of, I guess she's looking for the right spot to come in, and here we are at home in London against Elise Reed. But Elise Reed is not going to be a walk in the park. I'm going to tell you why right now. Okay, despite the odds, Elise Reed plus 200 underdog. Look at, they both have very similar pro records, okay? Elise Reed is coming off a loss to Sijara Eubanks. That was on 4 days notice, and that she jumped up. This is a strawweight fight, by the way, 115. She jumped up to 125 in 4 days. So Sijara Eubanks just ragdolled her, out-muscled her, used her size. Elise Reed didn't know what she was walking into. I think she was unprepared. She just took that fight because opportunity knocked. She answered the door, 4 days notice. So I give her, okay, I'll let you go on that one. Sijara Eubanks, you know, she can put a hurting on some certain females in the strawweight division, especially in the strawweight. So she can beat up some flyweights. So I'm saying, prior to that, she was a CFFC where she had win over Hillary Rose, took care of her by elbows in round 2. She has a win in Bellator, and before that she was 7-1 as an amateur. Now, real quick, going to her background, she started martial arts at age 6. She started kickboxing at age, competitive kickboxing fights at age 15. Her first MMA fight was at age 20. She went to military college. She served in Iraq and she served in Kuwait for the Army. She now owns her own martial arts gym called Kickside Martial Arts. She teaches courses for the military. I don't know if it's specific to the Army, but she teaches courses for the military, and she is a Taekwondo 3rd degree black belt. Elise Reed, this is not gonna just be Cory McKenna here serving you up a easy win. This is, believe me. Elise Reed also a 3.5-inch reach advantage. So both these females, extensive fight MMA history. Like, they've been doing this since just turned double digits. They started, Elise Reed, you know, started kickboxing competitively at 15. That's the same time Cory McKenna started amateur mixed martial arts at 15. Both of them had found success there, but now we're up to our pro level where McKenna is the minus 235 favorite. Okay, so let's start discussing this a little bit more in depth. Reed is 29, 3rd degree Taekwondo, so she's striker at heart. McKenna 22. She's been mixed martial arts since the beginning, so that's not, you know, not her base. Her base is Taekwondo. That's why she does like a nice front kick. But McKenna, her base is mixed martial arts. That means grappling, wrestling, striking, all that put together. It's going to be a lot more interesting than the stats suggest, or than the line suggests. Okay, so we're going to start with the heavy favorite. We've got taking Cory McKenna. We got what's going on, your boy eBay's fight predictions. eBay's on the side of Cory McKenna. We've got Bert taking McKenna by decision. That's how it usually happens for female fights. We want picks. Angelo also siding with Cory McKenna. Artem MMA analysis, and his early pick is taken Cory McKenna. And UFC celebrities and classics, not because he had to choose a side, that's just the way he's going. Also taking Cory McKenna, making this as another full capper consensus. I'll throw some good luck ones out there for those of you taking the underdog, because I really want to. I can't take the underdog though. This is This is the Kappa comparison dance. If Nora didn't do it, which she doesn't anymore, but anyway, I'm gonna go with McKenna also. Only she's at home. The UFC's kind of given one to give her a win. She's more marketable. Reed did lose that bet. But you know what? I'm taking McKenna on Tapology. But I will hedge bet, just to make it, I don't sweat so much. I'll hedge bet Reed for half a unit. Or yeah, $10. I'll throw a scratch off onto Reed because she's plus 200. So, but I will take McKenna to win, get in the decision, probably using her wrestling. That's the Reed's probably. But you know what? I read a little bio, and Reed's favorite move is armbar. And I think her courses that she teaches in the military are kind of like hand-to-hand combat, jujitsu. I don't know. I didn't see any. I just saw a 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo. It didn't mention anything about BJJ. So there you have that. Moving on. Let's wrap this up. Time check. Thank you. Time check. Okay, I'm right on time. Moving up, we have the featherweight fight between Mike Grundy and Makwan Amirkhani. Mr. Finland this is a closest fight of the 4 here. Mike Grundy minus 135 favorite. Makwan Amirkhani a plus 110 underdog. Let's talk about the favorite first. Mike Grundy. He is the local guy, the homeboy, the London guy. Trains out of Team Cowbon, Liverpool. His father was a wrestling coach in England for wrestling clubs at Wigan and Lee. He coached for over 20 years. So you gotta imagine Mike Grundy grew up he was wrestling when as soon as he could crawl, he was wrestling. He probably wrestled before he can walk. But that's a true story too, I imagine so, right? Mike Grundy is fighting out. Yeah. Oh, he's coming off a loss though to Groovy Lando Vernada. Yeah, that's not. I mean, Lando Vernada. I want to say Mbe just told me he just retired, which is I feel bad because that was her unranked contest pick.
Hi.
Did you? You're not in the bathtub yet?
Now you told me to get towels.
So before that, he lost to Movsar Evloev. Not a bad loss to take.
How many towels do I get?
2. Take 2. Prior to that, he has a win over Nad Narimani by punches in round 2. That was his UFC debut. The dude has plenty of wrestling accolades. He won like the British national championship. I want to say like 3-4 years in a row. He won like the Commonwealth wrestling tournament. He has some stuff. Just you can read about it in Tapology, I think, or no, one of those, Tapology or UFC bios. So you can read about it there. He's fought out of regional fight promotions in Espera in Brazil. That's his most recent, like before the UFC fight. Then ACB, that's Burkut in England. Shuto, that's in Japan, and he's part of the circuit of the MMA UK circuit in England. So that's Mike Grundy. He's slightly older at 35 years old. Amirkhani is 33. Mr. Finland, he's got the pimpest Tapology picture. He's surrounded by all the beautiful women, looking like a G, flaunting like this happens in my life. He's did a little research on that guy. When he was a kid, his family fled Iran. He's got Iranian roots. Came to Finland. Shortly after living in Finland, his father died in a car accident. Was hit and killed by a car. He also had a brother that was hit and killed by a car. Crazy. But he was raised by his mother. He had like 8 siblings. He started I want to say wrestling. He started wrestling at age 5. Stuck with that. Became the Finnish national champ from like 2004 to 2008 every year, something crazy like that. That was Finland. It wasn't like, this is the same thing with Grundy over in Britain. So both these guys, national wrestling champs respectively, one in Finland, one in Britain, whoever, I don't know. So it's definitely wrestler versus wrestler. It's going to be a very interesting wrestling match. If it goes to striking, I would say, I don't know. They both have some decent striking too. I don't know who to give the edge to be honest with you. This, like I said, this is very closely lined and it's a very close fight. Amirkhani though, he's coming off a bunch of losses. Well, he's 1-4 in his last 5. Not good. Where at least I think Mike Grundy is like 3-2 maybe. I didn't write it down. I don't know what he is. But anyway, Mr. Finland's coming off loss to Lerone Murphy. He got a knee in the 14 seconds of the second round. And before that, he lost to Kamwela Kirk, who we just saw get taken care of by Damon Jackson, the Leech, last night, which I lost. That was one of the picks I had wrong. But Kamwela Kirk does have a 3-inch height advantage. They have the same reach. Loser gets cut. Whoever doesn't win this is probably going to get cut from the UFC because they're most recent. They're on both of them are on 2 losses. This is, I'm sure it's like the 3rd fight. They're both their contracts. If they don't win, they're out. Okay, no new contract. That's just how it's going to go. Makwan Amirkhani is training out of SBG Ireland. He's been there for quite a while. I kind of fade SBG Ireland after what they did to Johnny Walker. So, let's discuss what the cappers have to say and who they're picking in this fight. Starting with the slight favorite in Mike Grundy. We've got, let's see, we'll start from, okay, UFC Celebrities and Classics. He's just given a slight edge to Grundy. I'm sure he has some other prop pick, but I was going to write lean. He's not very confident in it, but he's going to lean that way toward Mike Grundy. Then we've got Artem. His early pick is Mike Grundy. I think he did say he's fairly confident. That's the thing is, he'll tell you if he needs to do more research or if he's fairly confident. And I think he's going with Grundy as of now. Angelo from We Want Picks. Also taking Grundy here. Crazy, isn't it? And Burt MMA. Burt is taking Grundy by decision. Finally, we got your boy Ebays, and he's being the contrarian, and he's taking Mr. Finland, Makwan Amirkhani. Ebays fight predictions. He said Makwan Amirkhani is going to win by a finish, maybe a submission. I think he did say submission, but I'm just going to write finish because he didn't specify. But he might have, I don't know. But he said finish. So here, I'm also going to take the slight favorite. I like that he's been, Amirkhani's been doing it since age 5. Mike Grundy was born into it. His father being a wrestling coach, so I imagine he's been doing it since just as young, if not younger. So I'm going to go with Grundy here. Plus, I think he's got a little bit more wrestling accolades. I think British wrestling is a touch higher than Finnish wrestling. And also, I think he has more British national championships. And he's got one somewhere else. It says, like, Commonwealth. And I think that's European Commonwealth Championship or something. Whereas in Mr. Finland, he's only got, like, 4 Finnish national championships. So, my pick here is Mike Grundy in a fun wrestling match. So he's going to probably win it by decision because you can't get a pinfall, but you can get control time, and that's what's going to happen. And takedowns count too in the judge's eyes. He'll get more takedowns. He'll have more control time. He'll get the decision victory over Amirkhani. It was nice you have a great Makwan Amirkhani. You have a great Tapology picture. But then you've been fun to watch and everything. But I think you're probably going to be going down to a lower promotion, Mr. Finland. So there you have it. So to recap, time check. Nora better be up in her bathtub. She is. Okay, so to recap, I've got Ilia Topuria. That's, by the way, it's some. I think it might be BC Dave's or Mba's. One of the somebody. I think somebody's pick for the unranked contender is Ilia Topuria. And anyway, I got Topuria winning within distance. I'll say TKO round 2 on Tapology over Herbert. Then I have Nathaniel Wood winning by decision over Vince Morales, but I might hedge bet that just because Vince Morales is a decent sized underdog, and he does have the skills that could pay the bills. He might be able to do something there. Just might have to hedge bet that. Then I got Cory McKenna saying, though, I'm going to take Elise Reed. I like her military background, and you know, I like that she served in the army and she went to military college. She has her own school. I love all that shit. She teaches courses for the military. I find that to be highly respectable. If you're, you know, instructing guys how to fight, you know, that's nice. 3rd degree Taekwondo black belt. I mean, and reach advantage too. So that's definitely worth a hedge bet. Then either way, whoever wins, just like McKenna will be in my parlay, Elise Reed will be on the hedge. Meaning, in case McKenna loses, at least I'll hedge. I'll make a little bit of my money back. Okay, and then I've got Mike Grundy, just a little bit better wrestling, and I think on the feet. I said Mike Grundy on his Tapology, and scroll down to the bottom. There is a highlight video. I loved it. It was like 3 minutes long. I loved every minute of it. It shows him in his little Commonwealth wrestling competition. He's aggressively taking down like wrestlers from like, I saw one guy to the Cameroon flag. I don't know. It's definitely an international tournament. So anyway, check out the highlight video of Mike Grundy on Tapology at the bottom. And that's what's definitely swayed me over Makwan Amirkhani, Mr. Finland. I kind of faded him for a bit anyway. And thankfully I have, because he's only 1-4 in his last 5. So there you have it. Gather the info. Place those bets. Cash those tickets. I really appreciate you watching and holding through this very long capital comparison picks. I did cover 4 fights and did a recap of last night's Vegas 50. So I covered a lot of ground today. Tune in tomorrow where I will cover the 3 remaining prelim fights. And good luck on these bets. Fill the comments, guys, with whoever you think is going to win these on any one of them. This is for me. This is a parlay. Everywhere my name is, I'm putting them as a leg in a parlay. McKenna, Topuria, Nate Wood, Mike Grundy. That's a 4-leg parlay. It should cash. They're all the favorites, you know. But then as they're walking down, do little hedge bets, prop bets, hedge bets. You know, just try to get that plus money. You know how it is being a plus money junkie. Scratching, you're itching, you need that plus money. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck on your bets, and I'll see you tomorrow.